Hey, business besties, do I have a resource for you? But before we get into it, please hit the subscribe button and share this video with another business bestie so they can get the inside scoop too. All right, let's get to it. Hey, business besties, Marlene Paul here, and I'm going to be sharing on how to talk dirty to ChatGPT. Um, well, I'm not really talking dirty to ChatGPT. It's basically how to get the most out of your ChatGPT by talking to it the way it needs to be talked to, right? So I'm going to be showing you guys how to talk to sweet talk ChatGPT so it can give you the best out of it, right? So now we're going to be going through it. So if I were to say, let's say, create a newsletter for about confidence, right? Or whatever. So if you're trying to create something, a newsletter or a post or social media post, or I'm gonna be working through the process of how to do it. I love Chat GPT, despite of people saying, oh, they don't like it or not. I like it, because you just need to know how to input the correct things in there. So if I told it to, let's see, lists, I'm gonna put lists. Okay, let's say create a list. I'm gonna be very simple. Create a list. I'm still trying to think about what we can talk about of let's say 5 things entrepreneurs I'm doing should focus on. Let's see what it gives me. So I'm not giving it any tone. So it's like very basic stuff like that. So it's not even saying that. So, and if I said that, this is what it gives me. And it gives me a list of 5 things entrepreneurs can focus on. So this is like very basic. So we already know that. But now how do you get more out of it? Because right now it's very robotic, right? So if I want to make this list into let's say a newsletter or a blog post, it's like I would go back, and I don't really think that I would just go back and talk to ChatGPT and my assistant. Use the list above to create a blog post. And now I'm going to be a little bit more specific, women entrepreneurs that are moms, right? So here I said, use this below to create a blog post for women entrepreneurs that are mom and encourage them, right? And be encouraging, and be encouraging. Let's not encourage, I put the wrong thing. Be encouraging. So let's see what it takes the same thing, and you're going in there and it's sharing it. He said, and now it creates a post for me. So now you're looking at the post and it's giving there and it's putting it in the perspective of being a mom, and it's trying to encourage them to stay focused on that way. And there's more ways you can be more and more specific. You want to be able to put more information on there, because right now all I did was tell it to create a post for women, but I didn't even give them a tone. I didn't even speak the tone. I can say, I'll go back and say, can you rewrite this? So I'm letting it finish talking, because when it's done, I'm going to ask it to rewrite this in an uplifting tone and make it SEO friendly. So you need to know what to put in there. And so, can you rewrite this? So I'm talking really that I'm acting it nicely. I don't really have to do that, but I like to do that. I'm talking to the Chat GPT really nice. Can you rewrite this? And I usually do it in a, if I had to ask a person to do this, they'll be like, I just written all of this. I don't want to do it again. So can you rewrite this in an uplifting tone? So you want to tell them the tone, make it SEO friendly, and use hashtags because we want to do that. Use hashtags because we know if we're making it SEO friendly, or you can make it SEO friendly for Google, right? So I'm gonna I'm trying to for Google. So you want to to speak to it I put this wrong. Google and use hashtags and put multiple hashtags. That so you want to make it an uplifting tone. Use an I've told you the tone. So make it SEO friendly for Google and use hashtag. And here is what you're just talking to a chat GPT and it's continue to regenerate the way you want. So it's taking it and it's processing. So I'm still talking about the same thing. First, it created the list, then it made it a blog post, and now it's creating it where it's SEO optimization. So it will create a difference. So you can go back and compare the differences between the posts, right? Now, I do this way, you can upgrade to the plus version for more faster generation, for more access. I'm planning to do that because $20 for an upgrade is, and for all that it can do is amazing, right? So yeah, I want to be able to do that. So I'm gonna let it move for a little while and then we're going to let it generate. We're gonna let it generate, right? Okay. So can I pause the share? Let's let it generate. And it gives me some hashtags. Look at as it develop it gives me some hashtags. And then once it's finished the blog, because this is just a blog post, I can ask it to create a social media post promoting this blog post. That's gonna be the next thing, But we need a title for the blog post. But before we do that, what would be a good title for this blog post? A very catchy title for a blog post. The more specific that you put it in there, the better it is. So yeah. Let us keep as I'm gonna let it run. It's running. It's moving a little bit slow right now. I probably asked a lot of questions because it has to rewrite everything, making sure that it's SEO friendly. And if you want to use that, this is an AI generated post. I don't know. Should I put that on? Hey, I did this using AI generated. So if you wanted to put more of your ideas in it, I don't usually do posts like this, but I usually say, here's the 5 things I want to share. Create a blog post about it. Here is the hashtags I want to use and put additional hashtags I work. So sometimes it's more my ideas that's in there. Here I just started off with just a random list, but you can be very specific. If you have a list of things that you want entrepreneurs to know, you can copy paste your list in there and put what you want to, and it will make it into a more succinct post. I usually just create my post and say, hey, this is my post right here. Can you rewrite it to make it more SEO friendly, right? And you can do that too. So if you don't want to use what ChatGPT has on there, you can use something else. So I'm gonna let it finish up its little magic. It's taking a little bit long this time around to load because I don't have the upgraded plan and I probably will get that later on, but it has to go and says customers, you can see all the hashtag that it included in there because it tells you what to use. And you could even say you can use each one of these for different posts a day if you don't want to only use it for blog posts, right? But it talks about mompreneurship. And if I wanted to make it more military spouse friendly, I could have put it there and put it where military spouse friendly. If I want to say, okay, make sure you use certain hashtag, I would do that too. So now it's done generating. Let's put what will be a catchy chat title for this blog. be a catchy title. Oh. So it can give me some titles for about hairs and give me a few titles that I can use. So I can choose a combination of a title, or I can choose one of them. So it says 5 tips for mom entrepreneurs balancing business and family. Mom boss, how to build a successful business and raise a family. You can probably use this on a TikTok post. My next thing is, what would be a great post? What would be a great caption? So you can talk about, you can ask it any question. So it says, what would be a great, let's say I'm going to put this on LinkedIn post. LinkedIn posts to promote this blog. Okay, but great. Okay, I could put a great and interesting. So even the more interest, I'm having a hard time. I can't spell right now. Interesting. There we go. Interesting post. So here we go. And then let's see what it's going to give me a post for LinkedIn on there. So it's calculating. Here's a great info. And it gives me a thing to write based on the post that's above. Look at that. I can do that. And I can copy and paste this, and if I don't like the way it sounds, I can say, can you write this in a more friendly tone, or make more softer tone, a more encouraging tone, any tone you want. I like to put a more upbeat tone. So I say, can you rewrite this? I didn't read what it says, but I usually do that. Can you rewrite this in a more personal, personable, I guess, personable, uh, and inspiring. I guess we can use that tone. And it's gonna do it again and writing it in a more inspiring. So the more specific, the more you talk to it and you share what you want to share with it, it will give it to you, right? Then if I want to say, okay, what would be some great real ideas, reels that would go along with this post so I'm good. What would be some great reels to, let's say, yeah, go along and put real ideas to go along with this post or this blog. I'm trying to go back to the blog, right? And it gives me ideas of what I can do for my reels. So it says show a daily life of a mom entrepreneur, including juggling business tasks, family, while providing tips from the blog on how to stay organized and focused. It says create a reel showcasing a day in the life of a mom entrepreneur, and it's highlighting different things. It has most of that to create a before and after reel, of entrepreneurs mompreneurs who are trying to balance business and balance business and family by success after implementing the blog. So basically, you have different ways. If you didn't like this, you can say, give me something different. Regenerate. It will regenerate more posts about that. So, and then you can go back in between and to highlight your unique value proposition Discuss the importance of customer satisfaction, share a success story, and engage you in the detail. And it tells you what hashtags to use to help you reach a wider range of audience. So here with ChatGPT, you are able to go more in depth. You can create your ebooks. You can create a little things that, you can get some ideas for your blogs, and if you want to say, okay, what would be a great, webinar for this, if we, or you can say, draft a TED talk for this. I would like to see if it can be a TED talk. Draft a TED talk outline for this. Let's see how it works. Okay, it's going to be how it would be. Draft a TED talk outline for this topic. I'm going to leave it like that just to, because it'll give me a little bit more. Let's see what it says, right? Because I would not know. Here's a draft. Success as a mompreneur. And it gave me a draft. It gave me a draft of what I can share for my TED Talk. So if you're trying to do a speaking engagement, and you need an outline or an outline of your book, it doesn't give you word for word, although you probably can have it word for word, but it comes in and said you begin with an introduction, a personal story, and then you go back and it tells you, and it says thesis statement: despite the challenges, success as a mom entrepreneur is achievable with the right mindset and strategy. And then you go into your mindset shift, embracing imperfection, maybe sharing a part of it. I can go into this. Letting go of mom guilt. Mom guilt is real. I can probably do a whole thing in that. Recognizing that the value of work-life integration over balance, overcoming imposter syndrome. These are all talks in itself, and you can use it. And they talk about strategies for success. And it goes into that. So you can develop your talk. I probably need to hide this right there. You can develop your talking points on ChatGPT, right? So this is my little TED talk on why I love ChatGPT. There's other platforms that are good, but when you talk correctly and personably and specifically to ChatGPT, it gives you what you need back, right? I'm able to even say create a webinar based on this topic. Give me an idea about it. Give me an example of an event, and it's able to pull out some information and give you some good ideas where you can be stuck. So I hope that this gave you a little bit more insight on how to use ChatGPT effectively for your advantage. Yes, there are different tools out there. It's how we use it to work smarter, not harder, and be able to use this resource to elevate our businesses as we are entrepreneurs. So if there is another tool that you want me to go into depth in, please share in the chat. If this was helpful for you, please share it with me. I would like to know how you are using ChatGPT and how you are talking dirty to it. All right, have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.